Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com, and in this video we are going to compare the Capital One Venture Rewards Card versus the Capital One VentureOne Rewards Card. One of the cards has an annual fee, the other one does not. They've got different rewards. Which one's best? How do you choose? That's what we're going to talk about, and we're going to run some numbers. But before we do, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So Capital One is kind of big on offering two versions of a lot of their cards. They'll offer a card with an annual fee that has more rewards, maybe more benefits, and then a no annual fee card that is a lesser version of the other card with fewer benefits. And so the cards that we're looking at in this video are Capital One's travel cards, the Venture card having an annual fee and the VentureOne not having an annual fee. Now, in comparing the two, mostly what I'm going to look at is rewards and bonus and annual fee and how those things all work together. These cards I'm not going to give a full review on, so I'm not going to so much talk about some of the things that are in common, like neither card has foreign transaction fees, and then there are some protections and other kind of stuff. Mostly I'm going to focus on the rewards in this particular video. So we're going to look at each card individually, and then we'll talk about how they stack up when you actually run the numbers to figure out which is better based on your particular spend. All right, let's look first at the Capital One Venture Rewards Card. This is a card that has a $95 annual fee, though that annual fee is waived for the first year. So no annual fee first year, then $95 every year after that. In terms of earnings, you're going to get 2 miles or points per dollar on every purchase that you make. No categories to think about. Everything is 2 points per dollar. Now, they call them miles, but they're not really miles within any frequent flyer program, so they're really essentially points here. And the way the points work is, in most cases, you are going to use them against travel purchases you make, and they're going to be worth a penny a piece. So when we say 2 points per dollar, in most cases, we are going to be thinking of that as a 2% reward. You can transfer points into some frequent flyer programs, JetBlue, and then all the rest are international programs. But for purposes of this video, we're just going to think of them as being used against travel and thinking of them as being worth a penny a point. So anyway, 2 points per dollar equals essentially a 2% reward on your everyday purchases. There is a bonus opportunity of 50,000 miles/points if you spend $3,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. Another benefit worth mentioning here that the other card does not have is the fact that you can be reimbursed for your TSA pre or global entry applications, which helps you get through the airport faster by security, and that is up to a $100 benefit every 4 years. So you can think of it as being potentially a $25 benefit per year. All right, now let's talk about the Capital One VentureOne card. This is a card that has no annual fee in any year. There's never going to be an annual fee. In terms of what you earn, you're getting 1.25 miles or points per dollar on everything that you spend with this card. Again, no categories or anything like that. It is just 1.25. Like we did with the other card, I'm going to say that 1.25 is essentially a reward of 1.25% when you redeem it toward travel purchases that you make with this card. There's a bonus opportunity of 20,000 miles/points if you spend $1,000 with this card in the first 3 months of having it. This card does not offer the global entry or TSA pre-benefit. One thing that it does offer that the Venture Rewards card does not offer is the fact that it gives you a 0% interest rate on purchases and balance transfers for 15 months. The balance transfers do have a 3% balance transfer fee. I don't ever carry a balance, so none of that really matters to me, so I don't factor it in personally all that much. But if you're someone that ever does carry a balance, or maybe you have a balance and you're thinking about moving it, there is a potential benefit for you there on the no annual fee end. All right, so at first glance, it's pretty easy to see that the Capital One Venture Rewards card is offering you more. You are getting more points per dollar, 2 versus 1.25. You are getting a bigger bonus opportunity, 50,000 points versus 20,000 points. You are getting the TSA pre or global entry benefit that the VentureOne card is not offering. Kind of the only thing that the VentureOne card has maybe better or interesting about it versus the Venture Rewards card is the fact that it has the 0% 4% on purchases and balance transfers, and then of course it has no annual fees. So the question is, seeing that the Venture Rewards card looks better in so many aspects, is it better once that annual fee kicks in? All right, so the only way to know for sure is to run the numbers, and that's what we are going to do with a bunch of different scenarios here based on spend with each one of these cards. Even though I'm going to throw out some different spends here and some different averages, and all of these I am assuming that you would do what it takes to hit the bonus. So we are always going to factor in those bonuses when looking at the potential earnings. So let's start on the lower end. Let's say you are someone that doesn't spend a ton on your cards. Say you spend $500 in average on your credit card, and that equals $6,000 per year, right? So for the Capital One Venture Rewards, when we look at that, assuming that you got that bonus, you are going to be getting a 50,000 point bonus, and that $6,000 spend at 2 points per dollar is going to give you another 12,000. You are going to earn 62,000 points in that first year. There's no annual fee, so you've earned 62,000 points, and that equals essentially $620 in travel when you redeem it. Now on the VentureOne end, you have a 20,000 point bonus, and you're getting 1.25 points. So for that $6,000 spend, you would get 7,500 points there. Overall, you would end up with 27,500 points in that first year, which equals $275. So obviously in that first year, when there is no annual fee on the Venture Rewards card, you are going to do much better than you would with the VentureOne card. All right, now what about over 3 years? If we assume that same $500 average spend over 3 years, we would have spent $18,000 on the card. So we would have that 50,000 point bonus that we could look fondly back on from when we first got the card, and we'd have $18,000 in spend with the Venture Rewards card. That would be 2 points per dollar. That would give us 36,000 points. So we'd have 50,000 points from the bonus, 36,000 points from the spend, 86,000 points, which would equal $860 in travel. Now, we did have that annual fee kick in for 2 of those years, and that's $95 per, so that's $190 in annual fees that we should subtract from that $860 to see how we really did, and that shows us that we ended up with $670 in rewards over that 3-year period. Now let's see if the VentureOne does any better, because it did not have an annual fee during that time. Now we still have that same 20,000 point bonus that we got when we first got the card, same $18,000 spend as we just talked about, but you would have only gotten 1.25 points per dollar on those $18,000, so that would be 22,500 points. So 20,000 with the bonus, 22,500 with the actual spend gives you 42,500 points, which equals $425 in rewards. No annual fee, so we don't have to take anything away, but still $425 in rewards, over $200 less than you would have earned with the Venture Rewards card in that time. All right, let's kick it all the way out to 5 years now, and again, assume that same $500 per month spend or $6,000 per year spend over 5 years. You would spend $30,000 on the card. Now with the Venture Rewards card, you would have that 50,000 point bonus that you earned way back when, and then over the 5 years of spending, you would have spent $30,000, gotten 2 points per dollar. That would be another 60,000 points. So you'd have the 50,000 point bonus, the 60,000 points that you earned over those 5 years for 110,000 points, which would equal $1,100 in travel rewards. Now, you've got 4 years of annual fees that are also going to go against this here. So $95 a year over 4 years, that's going to be $380 in annual fees. Take that away from the $1,100 and you will have earned effectively $720 over that 5-year period with the Venture Rewards card. All right, now 5 years out, does the VentureOne card do any better versus the Venture Rewards card? Let's take a look. So you had that 20,000 point bonus way back when, and again, you have the $30,000 in spend, but in this case, you're only going to be multiplying it by 1.25 points, which means you're going to have 37,500 points that you have earned over that 5-year period. Combine that with the 20,000 points that you earned from that initial bonus, and you have 57,500 points, which equals $575 in rewards. You paid no annual fees, so we're not going to take anything away from that, but in the end, you still have $575 with the VentureOne after 5 years versus the $720 that you would have with the Venture Rewards card. Now, there is a point where the VentureOne card would eventually get you more than the Venture Rewards card, but that point is 8 years out. So if you held both of these cards for 8 years, looking at the Venture Rewards card again with that $6,000 per year spend over 8 years, you'd spend $48,000, you'd have 96,000 points that you would earn, you'd have that 50,000 point bonus that was now very far back there, and that would give you 146,000 points. So you would think of that as $1,460 in earnings. However, you would have a lot of annual fees that you would have paid, 7 years to be exact. So when we take the annual fees that you would have paid and subtract it from what you have earned, you would end up effectively having made $795 over that 8-year period. Now with the VentureOne, when we look over an 8-year period, you have that 20,000 point bonus from way back when you first got the card. Each year you spend that $6,000, you spend $48,000 over 8 years. You times that by 1.25 points, and you're going to end up with 60,000 points. So you've got 20,000 point bonus, 60,000 points in spending over that 8-year period. That gives you 80,000 points, and that is worth $800. And since you don't have any annual fees, $800 is what you effectively have earned over that 8-year period, and you have finally beaten the Venture Rewards card at that point, $800 to $795. So anytime before 8 years, it would be better if you had the Venture Rewards card, and then anytime from 8 years on, the VentureOne card would be the winner. Now again, remember that this assumes only a $500 spend per month, so we are focusing right now on someone who is not spending as much on their cards. So that was fun, right? So now let's do it with a $1,000 per month spend. So we spend $1,000 per month with the Venture Rewards card. In the first year, we'd get that 50,000 point bonus. We would have spent $12,000 per year on the card times 2 points each would give you another 24,000 points. 50 plus 24 equals 74,000 points, which would equal $740 in rewards. No annual fee first year, so you're getting $740 in rewards on your $12,000 spend. On the VentureOne, you've got the 20,000 point bonus, you've got the $1,000 spend, or $12,000 a year. You times that by 1.25, that's 15,000 points. 20 plus 15 gives you 35,000 points, which equals $350 in travel rewards, less than half of what you would be getting with the Venture Rewards card. All right, over 3 years with that $1,000 a month per spend, $12,000 per year. Over 3 years, that's $36,000 in spend. With the Venture Rewards, you've got the 50,000 point bonus. You've got $36,000 times 2 points each, gives you 72,000. 50 plus 72 equals 122,000 points, which equals 1,220 in rewards. Now you do have 2 years of an annual fee that kick in there, which is $190. So 1,220 minus 190 is going to give you $1,030 in rewards over that 3-year period. Under the same scenario with the VentureOne, you got 20,000 point bonus, you get that 36,000 spend, but it's only times 1.25, so that is going to be 45,000 points. So you're gonna have 20,000 plus 45,000 equals 65,000, or $650 in travel rewards. Much less than you would get with the Venture Rewards card. Now what about 5 years? Does the VentureOne do any better over that longer period? Well, not really. If you look at the 5-year period for the Venture Rewards card, you've got 50,000 points from the bonus that you got 5 years earlier, and then your spend over that period, 5 years at 12,000 each, is going to be $60,000 you spent times 2 is going to be 120,000 points. You're going to have 170,000 points, which equals $1,700 in rewards. However, with the 4 years of annual fee that kick in, you are going to end up effectively earning $1,320 with that card. All right, and then the VentureOne 20,000 point bonus from 5 years back. We spent $60,000 with the card and we times that by 1.25 points. We're gonna get 75,000 points. 20,000 bonus, 75,000 spend, 95,000 points at the end of that 5-year period, which is going to equal $950 in rewards. You can see that we haven't gotten a whole lot closer as time has gone on when we're comparing the Venture Rewards to the VentureOne. Now, eventually in the far, far, far future, like maybe 40 years down the road, the VentureOne would finally tie up with the Venture Rewards card, and then after that point, you would be making more from that card. But at that $1,000 a month level, the Venture Rewards card is still going to be much better for you through any conceivable lifespan that you might actually hold one of these cards. Now, I was going to run the comparison with even a higher monthly spend, but what I quickly realized was there is no time once you sort of get past that $1,000 per month on average spend that the VentureOne would have any chance of ever overtaking the Venture Rewards in terms of being the better deal. So that what I just showed you, that $1,000 per month average, that's where the VentureOne card still, over a very long period of time, could eventually be the better deal. But once you get beyond that, if you're someone spending over $1,000 per month and you were looking at the two of these cards, the Venture Rewards card is clearly going to be the better deal for you. So as you can see, by almost any scenario, the Capital One Venture Rewards card is going to beat out the Capital One VentureOne Rewards card, even though the Venture card has that annual fee, because you got that bigger bonus and you got the bigger everyday rewards on your everyday spending. Now, I did show you a scenario where if you are a lower spender, the VentureOne card could eventually beat out the Venture Rewards card. But I think for most people, you're either going to spend more than $500, in which case it's very difficult to make any case for the VentureOne, and even if you spend less, it is going to take a while before the VentureOne card would actually be the better deal. And by the time you would even get to any scenario where that is true, you might be moving on to other credit cards. So this is probably a case where that Venture Rewards card is going to be better for almost everyone, even though you are going to pay that $95 annual fee after the first year. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.